All right. Hey, Aaron, this is Kerry Steller from MMA UK. How are you?
How's it going, Carrie? Everything is well? How's everything with you?
It's going great. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me about your fight career and about your upcoming fight at Bellator 214, I believe. Congratulations on a fantastic career, first of all. And I just want to talk to you a little bit, again, about your fight. You've had a really great career so far with Bellator since your debut, which was really your MMA debut. How do you feel coming into this fight with Henry Corrales?
I feel good. I feel really good, actually. I mean, I've been a professional 2 years. I've taken on some challenges in my short career, but I feel we've come a long way. I'm starting to feel what works for me and what doesn't. I've got obviously a lot of work to do. I haven't even gone past one round in my career, so it's a work in progress. But I'm enjoying every step of the way, and I can't complain. I have 5 fights, 4 knockouts, and I feel we're on our way to the top.
You know, and you improve and evolve in every fight. I was there for your first one, and it seems like you have a really great team. Yeah, absolutely, and it seems like you have a really, really great team behind you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Carrie, I honestly do. I really do have a great team. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but I mean, we've never really done things the traditional way. I mean, but this is what has made me so good. Is I'm with my brother 24/7. He's with me. My brother, put his career on hold to help me with my journey. So I'm with him every single day. That gives me the opportunity to rest during practices. I don't have to drive, and my dad handles a lot of stuff. My girlfriend does all my meal planning. My mom is there and very, very supportive, and I have great coaches around me, and it's an operation that is very, very complex to running my program. A lot of people look at us like, you're crazy. Why do you guys do certain things, or why do you do things this way and not that way and not the traditional way? We've always been very, very unorthodox in our approach to training and what works for us and what doesn't, and I have those people around me that I trust the most, and that's my family, my close friends. I have a small circle, but we have a program that is probably the best program I've ever seen in MMA, and it's tailored towards me, and it's very, very complex. But to be the best fighter in the world, sometimes you have to do things outside the box. So not just me. We have a team that sits down and figures out what is best for me, and we literally sit down and figure out what is best for the team. So I'm very, very lucky, and I have people that care about me.
And it seems to be working so far.
Yeah, and honestly, it's really crazy. I can't say it enough, but yeah, it is working. It's very, very difficult, but it's hard to manage. But I have really good people around me to block out a lot of stuff and allow me to do my job, and that's train. It's a lot, but it's working.
And it's got to be worth it as well. I mean, the rewards are amazing. You fought newcomers, veterans. You've been the newcomer yourself, and one constant in every fight is your confidence. What gives you the confidence to finish every fight in the first round?
Yeah. Goes back to the training. I know during fight camp, I know I've done everything I possibly can to best prepare myself for that fight. So I always go into a fight. My conscience is free. I know I did everything I possibly could in training. I'm taking care of the people around me and doing what is right. And it doesn't help. It helps that I've been a boxer as a kid, and I've developed a very, very hard skill set, and that's having the power in my hands. So that actually helps me with the confidence too, and having the wrestling. So it's a accumulation of a lot of things, but just going into a fight, I'm very, very well prepared. I have nothing to really worry about. I just go out there and have fun, and I know that having the confidence in my abilities, I sometimes get a little antsy and take a lot of risks, but hey, that's the youngster in me, and then it's going to come with time. So Uh, that's that.
Absolutely, and you're a natural athlete. I read an interview recently. T.J. Dillashaw said you're one of the hardest working guys in mixed martial arts, and he said he thought he worked hard. A lot of that's got to do with your background in you've been wrestling forever and boxing, which is really incredible. You have some great accomplishments in both fields. Is that how you get your work ethic to be able to work so hard to fight at this level?
Yeah, I mean, the respect is mutual with TJ. He's a great guy and hard worker as well. It just comes down to this. I mean, it's very, very simple. There's a lot of things that I want out of life, and I have so many big dreams that I think about every single day, you know, and having a ranch and having nice horses and having a family. And there's only one way to get that, and that's by fighting the toughest guys on the planet. And one way by doing that and making sure that your success is greater, that's just by plain simple working hard. I know if I do that, I do everything I possibly can, the chances of me winning and achieving those goals are greater, because it's just from the beginning of time, the hard workers come out on top. It's just as simple as that, and that's one thing I always keep in mind, that I don't want to. I'm young right now. I'm fiery. I've got that energy about me, and I want. Like I said, I want things out of life, and it's going to require a lot of work. It's me fighting men and tough, battle-tested guys, and my chances of success are greater by me working hard. So that's what I always keep in mind.
You know, you're really inspirational, and a lot of people don't really get the dream big part out of life, and it really is something that you kind of have to do, because if you have small goals, you're only going to meet them, right? So, you know, this fight that you have coming up, co-main event for Bellator 214, is pretty big, pretty huge. You, again, stacked up 4 wins in a row in the first round. Where do you think this puts you after this win? I don't like to say if you win. I like to say when you win.
No, exactly. I've been saying the same thing when I win, and it puts me it puts our team in a very, very good position. That's for sure. I mean, he's on a 4-fight win streak as well. So, I mean, we're we're definitely in the talks of fighting for a title next. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but if when we win, I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt our position, that's for sure. So I am prepared. I feel 2019 is going to be a great year for me and for my team. So yeah, I take it just one step at a time, and do what I need to do January 26th. But back to your question, I feel one of us is in a very good position to win a world title at the end of this year. And if we and ultimately it's about putting on a show. If you look at my last 4 fights, they've all been knockouts. And I don't like to predict things, but when we do knock him out, I'm sure it's going to be, people are going to want to see me fight Patricio Pitbull. So we'll have to see. We'll take it one step at a time. That's January 26th, and after that, you and I will talk, and we'll see where we're at during that time.
Oh, I cannot wait. Actually, I can't wait to speak to you again about this, because I definitely see a big win in your future, and you cannot not make a title run in 2019. And, you know, I would be foolish not to ask, only because 2020 is, you know, not too far away. And you made an Olympic run not too very long ago at a very young age of 19 years old. Is that something that you're thinking about as a possibility in 2019? I mean, 2020?
Well, yeah, we'll have to see. To be honest with you, I'm a very open-minded guy, so I'm, and I know I only have a short window of opportunity in my athletic career, and whatever I have to do to see, the whole goal is to be the best fighter in the world, and during my path of getting to the best fighter in the world, if I have to get to the Olympics, and if that's going to help my success in being the best fighter, then I'll do it. You know, I feel good. I'm young. Anything could happen. I'm like I said, so nothing is out of the question for me. I'm always keeping an open mind. I don't close the doors. I can always come to the table and talk and figure out what we need to do. So we'll have to see. whatever we have to do. If that's get me to
Whatever
be the
it
best fighter
takes.
in the world, we'll do.
And that's, you
If
know
that's
what, that's
wrestling in the
a
Olympic
great
Games,
attitude
then
to
we'll
have.
do it.
Yeah. That's the greatest attitude to have, because at the end of the
It's
day, you got to do anything that you can to make your dreams happen.
absolutely, and I think of it like this too, and I love MMA, but sometimes, some people you hear get burned out. That's why you got to kind of have to switch it up a little bit, set little goals, but keep in mind the whole end result is to be the best fighter in the world. So if you have to sometimes do a little jiu-jitsu tournament to spark that fire up, then do it. If you need to go and make an Olympic team and wrestle in the Olympic Games, then let's do it. Because that, during that time, you're going to be thinking about fighting and wrestling, and you have to get a boxing fight in, then we'll do it. I'm all for it. But the end result is to be pound for pound #1 fighter on the planet.
You are well on your way there, well on your way. And I know that you have a bunch of interviews to do today, and I know you didn't have a very long time. So I do want to ask you one question that I love to ask people, because, you ask people, especially young people, a lot of people go, well, what do you want to do with your life? And that's a great question, but most people don't know what they want to do. So what I like to ask fighters is, why do you fight? Not what do you want to get out of it, but why do you fight? What's that inspiration behind everything that gets you going every day?
Yeah, honestly, this is one thing that I always think about. I'm ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted a big ranch. I have a horse, and I really want a ranch, and I want a big family. I've been with my girlfriend a long time. I want to be able to have 4 or 5 kids, live on a ranch, ride my horses, and just spend time with my family. Honestly, that's honestly what motivates me. I want a horse ranch. I want to be able to have horses and cattle and not have to worry about finances, to be able to set my kids up for a good future.
And that's the dream at the end of the day. And I don't know if a lot of people know, and I'd love to put this out there. You signed your Bellator contract in 2014, which is pretty incredible, because you didn't have your first fight until 2017. What was that like, signing a Bellator contract at such a young age, knowing that you'll be fighting for them one day in the imminent future?
It was a little scary. I was a young kid at the time. I was honestly in the world of MMA, seeing all these tough fighters. I knew I acquired the skill set, but you're just a young boy, and you see all this stuff, and it was very, very nerve-wracking, to say the least. And yeah, but I took it one day at a time. I was obviously still wrestling, and I knew that was the whole priority. But yeah, I knew that it was going to be a crazy journey when I made the switch into fighting. But yeah, it was scary. I was so nervous, but in a good nervous. It motivated me. But I think any 17-year-old would be, or 18-year-old at the time would be a little nervous. So yeah, we've gotten past it, and now I feel like we had gotten our feet wet 5 fights into my professional career, and we're starting to get in the swing of things. It's like that in anything. It was like that when I started wrestling. It started like when I went to my first national tournament in wrestling. It started like that when I went to my first world championship. So the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Absolutely. And I already have a feeling about what we're going to see on fight night for you. But why don't you tell everybody what fans can expect out of you at Bellator 214, January 6th, 26th, right? Yeah, January 26th.
Yep. Yeah, no worries. Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm on a four-fight win streak. I have 4 knockouts, and that alone speaks for itself. Just know that I come in to fight, and yeah, that speaks for itself.
Absolutely. You're going to come in there and get that knockout. And, before we wrap this up, because, I know you have some stuff to do, is there anybody you want to thank, training partners, sponsors, family, your girlfriend, because I know you have a lot of great people behind you, and I want you to have a moment to give everybody a thank you.
Yeah, you summed it up very, very well. Just all the people that support me, and I have a lot of people on this team. So I just want to just say a simple thank you. I mean, there's so many people, but when they see this or listening, just thank you.
Aaron, and we will be tagging you in this and your social media. Actually, you know what? Why don't you give everybody your social media handles on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or wherever else you have any social media, so that they can follow you and follow your career.
No worries. Instagram, Aaron Pico USA, Twitter, Aaron Pico USA, and Facebook, just Aaron Pico.
Awesome, Aaron. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. Again, I'll be tagging you in this, and there'll be a lot of listeners, and I cannot wait to get out there a little bit more about you than people might not know.
My pleasure, Carrie, anytime, and hey, whenever. I feel good, so we're good. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll link up after your win, and have a great evening.
All the best. Thank you.
You too, Aaron. Thank you.